you don't know me, I'm a mixed media artist and I love to bring you free and fun tutorials. And today's tutorial is gonna be on hair. It's my most requested video, even though I've done them before. Tiff, I'm talking to you, girlfriend. But anyways, no, I'm more than happy to do more. So today, I'm gonna do 5 hairstyles because, well, for a lot of different reasons, and I could do like a million. Actually, I have some, and I'll put a link in the card above. I'll put to my, I have like how to do hair 16 ways. So if you want some like fresh ideas and new quick ideas, you can go reference that video. But I'm doing 5 because as a mixed media artist, I cannot narrow down my mediums to like anything reasonable. So I'm gonna do 5 different hairstyles in 5 different mediums. First one will be pencil, second one Copics with probably some color pencil. Third one is gonna be watercolor, again probably with some pencil in there as well. Fourth one will be watercolor markers, think Tombows, Winsor Newton, and the 5th one is gonna be a mixed media hairstyle with for me means acrylics and Pitt pens probably, or Posca pens. I also have a really fun twist on today's video. My 14-year-old, who watches a ton of YouTube, of course all kids do, had a really fun idea, and every day he's like, did you try my idea yet? Did you try my idea yet? And every day I'm like, no. So today I want to try his idea, and it's really fun. It's a game, and the big fat winner in this game is you guys. So here's how you're gonna play. When you're watching the video, at certain random moments, you will come up with, I will flash a single letter, will go by the screen in the, caption part. I want you to write those letters down as you see them. At the end of the video, those letters will come together to form a word, and that word will be your coupon code to get 50% off my How to Draw Fun Fab Faces entire bundle package. It's actually retail costs $99. And then well, if you buy all 4 courses, so it's How to Draw Fun Fab Faces, How to Draw More Fun Fab Faces, and How to Draw Fun Fab Fellas. Those are all books that I've published, and I have e-courses that go with those. And then I have another bonus course that's how to color, like the art of coloring faces with marker. And it's basically how I make all of my illustrations in all of my books. So anyways, if you buy them all separately, it's $100. I have them bundled for $75, I think. It's awesome that I don't know that. And this coupon code that you're gonna get is gonna give you 50% off that bundle. So it's gonna be like $35 for basically $100 worth of classes. I know, such a good game, right? All right, so the first part of this lesson of hair is just understanding like 3 basic parts. And if you do have my books, it's listed. You do own a copy of How to Draw Fun Fab Faces. You can see here, the lighting is very bad. Okay, this is on page 52, is my hair section on the first book. Start at the part and then go to the sides in either direction. So the first thing you need to do is pick a part. Just look at my hair. My part is always so white right here. I don't know, it creeps me out, but it's been like that my whole life. I'm not going bald or anything. So you have a part, right? And the part usually starts somewhere between here and here. So the first step is to pick a part, okay? And the second part is drawing lines out. Okay, now the hair always comes up and over like the oval shape when you draw the head. It comes up and over, and it also comes down across the face. Okay, your hair, the biggest mistake I see people making is it sits on top, and like nobody's hair, like people's hair is volume. Like it goes up and over and it goes across. It doesn't just sit on top. Okay, so as you can see in my notes, we're going to go up and over and across the face. Okay? And in the other books, you can see I have How to Draw Hair. This is How to Draw More Fun Fab Faces, and it has the exact step-by-step approach to making how to draw hair from those perspectives as well. And in my How to Draw Fun Fab Fellas face, we go through the same exact thing. There's some hairstyles, and we talk about how on guys, it's a little bit different because they don't have as much volume as the girls do, but the theory is the same. And sometimes if they don't have a part, the hair still needs to go up and over like you see here, right? And it still comes down again into that oval. So even if there's no part, or if you have a girl with like a ponytail, like you have a ponytail, you're still gonna come in the circle. So this is the oval that you're drawing, is from here to here. And look, the hair needs to come into the oval. And then it also needs to go up above over the oval. And I'll show you that when we go to draw, but I just want to see, you know, so you understand how that relates to like a real human face, how much volume we're talking about. I think people are scared to make their lines cup up over on top of that head shape, but that's actually really important. So let's start. First we need to go back to what I was just talking about when I was doing my kind of intro about the part and the up and overs and all that kind of thing. All right, so you have a head, right? We have our head, and we have our neck. Okay, so no matter what hairstyle you have, well, I shouldn't say that, not including ponytails and comb overs, but typically, if you're going to draw someone with their hair down, you're going to start with your oval, you know, for the face, and you divide your quadrants and whatnot. So our eyes are going to be here. So that gives us our basis for where the hair needs to go. So step one is to start with a part. Okay, so normally, unless you're Donald Trump, or funnily speaking, this chick, I picked this out because obviously it's beautiful, but look how far over her side part is. That's like, I really don't know a single human whose hair starts over there, besides maybe Donald Trump himself. Okay, so notwithstanding the comb over, most parts for humans are, you know, somewhere between here and here. So pick a place on there, anywhere, it doesn't matter. And that's where your part can start from. Okay, and if you remember, then I said the next step is to have hair. It has to go up and over on both sides. So right, everything starts with a part. It's, you know how grass grows from the ground? Everything starts here and grows upwards, okay? But it all starts from the ground. Hair is the same way when you're drawing it. It all starts, here's the grass, it all starts from the part, okay? So the easiest way is to kind of go back to the beginning there. So you're gonna make sure that in either direction, right, your part, it's gonna split off in either direction, but it has to go over this line. It has to, you have to give it volume. And whatever that looks like, I don't even care what it looks like. We just have to make it big. That's step one. And then step two is we have to have hair that goes in front of the face, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's bangs, it doesn't matter if your hair is super long, okay? Generally, you dry it so it stays out of your face. Okay, so that's kind of where the hair comes in. We have our ears here. Okay, so I usually will like come in and then say she has it tucked behind her ear. But at some point, very, very soon after you start drawing from your part, you have to come into this space. So here's the oval. Okay, and see how much of that is cut off by the hair? That's like a large portion of your oval that's just gonna be hair. And that's okay. Now you end up erasing all of this, but just to get you started, that's where you're coming from. So always, always come into the space and you can come in more. Maybe she has bangs. Okay, right? So you want to, maybe she's like a cute little Bobberuno. Okay, and her eyes are here. And so step one is find your part. Step two is up and over. And step three is come in to this space. And then the rest is like completely up to you. You just have to really think about hairstyles and what they look like. So here, maybe we should take This is How to Draw Fun Fab Faces, my very first book. Okay, so here we go. We start at the part. start at the part, right? We go up and over, go up and over here, and then across the face. So I wrote this book 3 years ago, and I'm still saying the exact verbiage, and it never leads me astray. Okay, so here's a long hair and a ponytail. See, there's I dotted the line for you on the head. So you go over the oval, just like I said, right? Start with a part, go over the oval and across the face a bit. Okay, so even if you have a short hairstyle, you are gonna still start with a part. You go up and over. So I kept the dotted line so you could see where the head shape was, and you go across the center, right? And the eyes are right here, so you're not covering the eyes. So if a person has bangs, you stop them short of the eyes. Same thing with this. This is long hair. You're gonna go across. You can still have long hair and no bangs without any, but you still need to come into that circle, and you still have that volume over the dotted line, which is the top of the oval when you're drawing faces. Okay, same thing here. And so, okay, so here's a different one. So there's a bun. We'll do a bun. So, well, the buns are fun because you can do a part or you can start. And you can have a bun with bangs, right? Or a bun with no bangs. So here's the oval that we're starting with, okay? These are face lines. All right, so say she has buns and bangs. That's a lot going on, really, but you can have that. Okay, so our first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna just put up the part in the middle, and I'm gonna draw my bangs first. Now, even with bangs, all right, I'm gonna keep them, the volume that I'm gonna give her is gonna be up in the bun part. So the bangs, I'm gonna use here, let's say she has like straight across bangs. And I'm just lumping them into sections so I don't have to draw each individual strand of hair. Okay? And then the bun, you still have a little bit of volume behind the bangs, because there's the part. Does that make sense? Like her bangs are forward. And then the rest of her hair is gonna come up. It can also be pulled straight up. So you can do it in a different ways. But like in my head, I'm thinking still, that's my part. And then the bun gets plopped up on top. Okay? So you still have your bangs are still originating from that part. So even if your hair is up, you need to know where you're starting. Okay, so now what if she has no bangs and she's wearing a bun? Can you see? I'm gonna pull out my big dog Sharpie so I can show you that better. All right, so here's your bangs, and they're all coming down. This hair is coming up. And so that's where you still get your volume is so important. So I don't care what hairstyle is, that dotted line is still buried in that hair. You're still coming up and over, and you're still coming into the face space as well. I love this giant Magnum. Ah, Sharpie. I'm getting a call from my kid's school. I have to pause it. Oh my gosh, my son is a weasel. He's trying to get home and I'm like, no, no way. Okay, so, oh, sorry. Today, the hurricane is coming. Hurricane Florence is coming. Their school was canceled tomorrow, and he's so trying to weasel home early, and I'm like, no way. Okay, sorry. Parenting, the joys, okay. Okay, so there we have our little short hairstyle. Okay, where was I? Let's see. Oh, we were gonna do a bun. Oh, here, I'll do a bun with, I'm just switching pencils for no reason whatsoever. Okay, we have here. This actually isn't even as dark as I wanted it to be. Oh, a little stubby pencil. Okay, so maybe, all right, so here's, and you have to actually, it's funny, like I wanted to truncate my circle and not do the top, but I'm like, actually you need the top because it helps to help you figure out like how much volume to actually put on there. So, oh my gosh, we put our face lines in. So say this person, yeah, has, she has buns. She's got buns. All right, and this is why it's so important to have like always have it coming into the circle and going above. Because I know, okay, so say she has, or like a high ponytail with no bangs. Like, how do you draw that? Because you still have to have volume. Well, what you do is you still need to pick your part. Okay, we'll say it's right here. And you still need to give her volume or she's gonna look crazy. So you have to come in. Remember, I told you have to come out. Step 1 is pick your part. Step 2 is come out and out. So I am going to come over and give her, sorry, this book is enormous. So you still need to give her volume. So you need to come into the circle. Okay, come in and go over. So I don't care what style, you have to make sure that you're like avoiding the oval and leaving space there on either side. Okay, so let's see if she has like a high pony. You can just like have it being like, hey-oh. And like you can even have a part. Now this makes it look like it's getting pulled down. So this would be good for like pigtails on either side. So I wouldn't do this part look if she was doing a high pony, but I will show you that in a second. Don't even get me started on hair. It's so fun. I think too, you guys, don't overthink the hair. Just think, pick a part up and over across the face. Okay, I think people think too, it becomes stressful for some reason, which makes me sad because it's actually very straightforward. And it should be fun. Okay, so say she is wearing a bun, no bangs, no part showing. What you would do is you would kind of come down because you want to go in the circle, right? In the oval. Worst book ever for video. Okay, and now you're going to pull it up. Okay. And this line is a little harsh. You wouldn't, your hair doesn't, you don't see that line. So actually you're going to kind of be pulling, right? All these hairs are getting pulled up into the direction of the bun, right? But do you see how here was her oval was in here, right? So I still have hair going up and over to create that volume. It's still going up and over, and I still have hair coming down in across the face, and her eyes are down here still. So can you imagine if we hadn't come down into the oval, she would have like a 10 head instead of a 4 head. Okay, and there's her eyebrows. So that's just the basic rules. Think up and over, part up and over, part up and over. Oh, hey. And then of course, when the face comes, I start talking to myself. Oh, I start talking to my girls. Okay, now I'm gonna slow things down a little bit, and we'll do a little bit more in depth and like finish out a drawing in pencil. Okay, so I thought I would show you like how I would approach this drawing for reals. All right, now I do have to say I did a really fun collaboration with Jenny Mano last year, and I did the face, and then I mailed it to her in California, and she did her hair, and she does, like hers would look like this, when that level of detail, and it's outstanding. And the reason I mailed it to her was because I do not enjoy this level. That is not how I roll, and I'm not gonna do it, but I wanna show you the way that I would draw this. Take with it what you will. You already had your sort of how to create hair from me tutorial. So now we're talking Karen style and also mediums. Okay, so we have our face. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I am just gonna My kids keep texting me, no school tomorrow. I swear to gosh. All right. So I have the head shape. Now what would I do? All right, so this insane part, which I really have a hard time swallowing because it's like stupidly in the wrong place. But I'm not gonna judge. Okay, I just judged. Oh, now they're telling me that the food I ordered them for lunch is no good. Okay, nice. Nice to know. Thanks for interrupting my day to tell me that the food was gross. Oh my gosh, this is my life. All right, so first again, look, I started with my part and now I'm going across the face, as you can see. Oh, look at that, and up and over, just like we talked about. Okay. So, oh my God, this side part is really bothering me. It's so weird. Okay. Zoo, zoo, zoo. Zoo, 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 zoo. And then actually this comes like crazy down, like, and then comes over. So I like to start with like the shape, like I'm ignoring most of the individual strands and I'm just kind of drawing like the outline. You know what I'm saying? This comes down a little bit more. And what I used to tell my kids, I used to teach kids for a long time, was when you draw hair, pretend your pencil is a hairbrush. Like, how do you draw your hair? Are you like, like, do you start at the ends? No, you start at the top and you brush. And you brush it, right? Like even if you brush like a dog, you start at some place solid and then you come out and you always follow in the direction of the hair. You would never brush a dog the opposite. You don't even pet a dog in the opposite direction. So pretend your pencil is a brush and you start at the top and then you follow the lines and you always go in the same lines as the hair grows. It's the same thing. Oh heavens. I am not a detail person. I don't enjoy drawing details either. This is like painful. So I don't. That's the awesome thing about art. It's like, I don't like drawing details because I don't have to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. She might need a face. Okay, blah, blah, blah. But it would be cool to do this in different mediums, and that's what I'm going to do, and just to see what it's going to look like. So I like to just like draw the outlines of it. And then, okay, so that's like step one. And I don't even care that I'm not like, it's not, I was going to say historically accurate, but you know what I mean? I know, but this is just my personality and I have like no patience for like levels of detail and being super thorough. And I know that other artists, more legit, are like rolling their eyes at me and saying like, ugh, she's a slacker. But like, yeah, I am a slacker and I'm completely comfortable in my slacker skin. So what I'm going to do is after I do the light outline, I'm going to take a darker one. So this is like a 7B, so that's nice and dark. And I'm going to kind of go over the lines again. And then again, I'm kind of focusing on the outline and drawing and pulling a couple strands through, but I am not drawing every line. Like, no way, Jose. And with this is fun, you can just push down a little bit more. These waves are so undulating and scary. I can't do it. Ugh. And then this, again, we're gonna go up and over, But I'm always like starting back from the part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna start drawing from here. I always, you know, return or try to move my hand. Even if I don't press down, I'm still going back to the origin. This is like hairs, like, again, pretend you are yielding a brush. And you know, hair is long and flowing, so your pencil strokes and your brush strokes, even if it's killing you to do this, you can do it. Ugh, if I can do it, you can do it. I picked the hardest hair in the world to do. Tiff Hopkin, you are in trouble for making me do this video. Okay, and see, and then I'm like already annoyed. I'm like, I need to move on with my life. Enough with the hair. And this is my shortcuts. Okay, and you know what's cool is that you could have every single artist on YouTube do a hair tutorial and everyone's would be different. Isn't that cool? I think that's actually pretty badass because we all have our own like idiosyncrasies and we all have the things that we love and we all have the things that we hate. And like, that's the cool thing about art, right, you guys? Is you can like literally do whatever you want. It's all good. So immediately, like, I'm looking for a way out. Like, I'm like, holy moly, I'm gonna be here forever. My kids are clamoring to come home. I got a hurricane banging at my doorstep. We gotta move this schnizzle along. And so I'm using my blending stick to help me expedite this process. Not to mention I have 4 other projects to do and this video is gonna be like 9 hours long and like the drop-off rate and my dislikes are gonna be like off the charts. So if you can do me a solid, maybe like chuck a like, like a like, or write me a nice comment, or I don't know, something to tell YouTube that I'm not wasting everybody's time. I'm sure there's gonna be some thumbs downs on this one because it's so long and so rambly. And I apologize. But this, again, was like my most requested, so I'm doing it! I don't care what you say, I'm doing it, YouTube. All right, so again, I'm gonna hurry it up. I'm laying down some kind of darker values, and then I'm smudging this sucker to get it done, to get her done quick, okay? And I'm just kind of doing, again, my interpretation. It's dark around the face, so I'm making that dark around the face. Again, same thing, it will be dark up under here. I even have like darker, let's see what's the darkest I can do. And this is also why I don't generally do this in graphite, because it just takes too long. And I think I'm always I just sort of live my life in a hurry. That's just how I roll. But I think that's why I like mixed media too, because it's just fast and furious and fun. That's where my fun comes in, but everybody's different. Everybody's got their thing that does it for them, right? And I totally respect that. Even if you're all weirdos. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, there goes another dislike. You've insulted your audience. All right, and if this is important, you don't want these lines that I'm making here. You want these to be long and flowy like your hair also. You really do. Okay, so I'm like mooshing. I'm taking these. The dirtier your blending stumps, the way better. The way better. And there's also, and look at that Jenny Mano video that we did together, because she does a freaking superb job of defining, like, you have these areas of highlights. So she'll have like the roots. So say your light source is coming from here. So this would be a big swath of highlighted area, just like you see. And then of course you can break it down individual chunks. But just to give you a general idea, you can have this like speed draw. You can have darker sections, and you can do this in every medium as well. And then you'll have areas that are left highlighted. So either erasing out this highlighted section, and then you get, I'm already at like an uncomfortable detailed level. You can like pull a couple strands through here if you want, but you have these like areas of highlights that produce, you know, this effect. And you can do that over for each section. So here is a section, here is a section, here is a section. And you can keep having those bands that go from dark to lighter to light to dark to dark to dark if you want to. And then I like to go in and kind of like pull through these individual strands again. It's nice to have like some like pieces that are coming out. That's too many pieces, to be honest, but too late now. Okay, so that's kind of my style, is I have like, I highlight, I have a base. It's hard to do, it's harder to do it when you're drawing, but you have a base coat, and then you are pulling through individual strands that stick out. And that's sort of my style of drawing hair. And you can get crazy. I mean, there are artists who literally draw every strand of hair. I just can't. I just cannot. But isn't it awesome to know you don't have to if you don't want to? And so, yeah, I could do this all day and just keep adding value to different places, but I'm really trying to hurry up because we have a lot more to go. Okay, and again, picking out pieces, individual strands, and then if you want to have some sections to highlight. When I get to the mixed media part, that's kind of my favorite thing to do. I do the base coat with acrylic, and then I take like my Pitt pens or the Posca pens and weave out the pieces that are differentiated. And you can have like she has a lot of volume up here, so maybe she needs to go out a little bit more on here. And then to de-emphasize this, maybe we, you know, come in a little bit more, or you make like a little subsection. But I don't do more strands than that. I just don't like it. It's too much detail. All right, so that is all I'm gonna do with my graphite girl, because we have so much more work to do. Okay, so there's our graphite, and again, the areas next to the face will be the darkest. And if you're doing these highlighted sections, dark on the ends, and they get lighter till you go towards your light source. You can even like erase out a more dramatic highlight if you want to at any of those pieces. And then again, if you want to repeat that in this section, this is like all hair rendering, which is like how to draw hair, but like way more involved. But there's so much. I think that's too why people say I need a hair drawing video. It's like, it's a very loaded topic actually. But you can have these highlighted regions. See, there's these swaths that are left unrendered. And then again, you just pull out the pieces, dark, white, dark, and then shades. Same thing. Here's another undulation where you have the dark, light, dark. Okay, but remember, more is not always more. You can make beautiful works of graphite works with just, you know, half as many lines as this. Oh, like this one. I mean, I printed this out. I mean, you don't need very much to know exactly what's going on with the hair. Okay, so don't feel like you have to draw every strand. You absolutely don't have to. Even if you're a slacker like me, you know, you can make successful hair. All right, so that's graphite. Smaller than I'm used to drawing. I usually draw, I'm a pretty big drawer. Oh, I need a drink. Knowing the kids don't have school tomorrow and there's a hurricane going, my urge to drink is just rising. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right, so you have two choices when coloring in Copics or alcohol markers, you can do that, let's see, you can do that same thing I was just talking about when you have so the highlight, the sun is coming from here, and you highlight, so you can have the darkest places being on the ends. You kind of gradate. This is a messy version. Kind of get lighter and lighter and lighter. And then you have the highlighted portion in the beginning. These all get blended together. Okay, so you can have bands of hair like that. But what I love to do with Copics is not do that. What I do is I take 3 or 4 colors that are in the same color family, and I'll take like a chunk and I'll color them that same color. And I'll probably put this on time lapse, but I'll finish it, but then you can see what I'm talking about. Like add these extra strands, and it makes it look like a little bit less choreographed, I guess, if you will. You don't need to go overboard, but they are like a really pretty touch. Just trying to break that up. Because why not? So it's kind of going beyond your, you know, coloring area, if you will. Here. Yeah, and like that's it. So yeah, this is my approach to doing it in Copics. It's like a very graphic, blocky style, but I love it, and it's so easy, and anybody can do it. And I feel like I'm 5 years old when I'm like sitting here coloring in on my hair strands. And like, who doesn't want to feel 5, you know? I feel like my purpose in life is to help people make them feel like they're 5. And this exercise will totally do that for you. So I hope you try it. And next up is, I forget what I said, watercolors. All right, let's do it. You know, again, I guess my approach is sort of similar. What I do is I use that same like brush philosophy where I always start back at the roots, and I really emphasize the outer line portion of it. And then you can take like a larger water brush and fill these empty spaces in. And watercolor does work, again, really well for that same approach where you have more deep kind of areas here. Clearly, the fact that I don't do it means that it's not my favorite. I just want you to be aware that's very popular and very attractive way to make hair, and a method that I myself do not practice. I like the simple, long and lean approach, the kind of quick and dirty, get it down on paper, but yet looks beautiful. See, that looks weird because I didn't start it from here, right? That's exactly why I start it from there. So if that happens, then you need to come up with an excuse to kind of make those ends meet. Again, that just happened again. So this looks like this is in front of these first ones, and I need to reverse that. So yeah, we'll do that by putting lines on top. And again, I think this goes back to the fact that, like, don't overthink this stuff, okay? As long as you have your part, and your hair is flowing in approximately the right, correct places and directions, then the rest is just party time. But start up at the top will give you a huge advantage. So we could, you know, I could fill all of this in. It's another thing. Make sure when you have a neck, your hair is always on either side of your face. You shouldn't have these like empty blocks of anything happening. They should all get filled in. And then here's where the layering comes in. And you know, you can layer in any medium. And so what I like to do is after the base coat is set, again, I like to like identify and accentuate certain specific strands. So in this case, it's this swoosh coming down, and then in order to even that off, I'll have another swoosh like on either side. I don't want that swoosh to get lonely. That would be so sad. All right. So some of it will blend into the background and the other pieces really pop forward. By the way, when I get back from my vacation, I am going to be having a giveaway with the Xanadu watercolors. I was gifted a gorgeous set, and I am giving them, oh, I have them right next to me. Let me show them what I'm giving away. See how I'm just taking pieces and piecing them out further? So we have watercolor markers. My favorite watercolor markers are these Winsor Newtons. Are like so luscious and delicious. And then Tombows. And I have Equal Lines and Letrosets, but like these two brands are my favorites. Like they're just kind of perfect in every way. Let's just leave it at that. All right. We gotta get this girl's face rocking yet another time. You know what I'm going to say. Where do we start? We start at the part. Then what do? We go up and over and across the face. Okay. Whoa. I didn't realize this is quite so green, but it's kind of awesome. And then there's like some behind here, and then so this I'm just gonna outline, because what happens here, I'll try that effect that I was talking about, that I keep not shutting up about, but yet also not doing. Nice teacher that I am. I'm like, here's the thing that you can do that I'm not gonna do. That's nice. Just being honest. Lazy, all right? Okay, so what I've done is, this is all dark because it's like falling under the shadow of this. Well, these are really water soluble, so I have to be careful not to put down too much, to be honest. And then again, the tips are dark, or the insides are dark, and then it fades to the nothing. So let's see what happens when I activate it with water. So I'm still starting at the roots, aren't I? Brushing her hair, brushing her hair. And now this way I'm going to brush up this way, because again, I'm going for that like highlight effect that I keep referring to. And I'm pulling it like as if I'm depicting her strands rather of hair. Now this will pretty much be solid back here. I love watercolor markers. Love, 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 love. It is like a grown-up playtime. Like, seriously. And then here, so I'm just pulling, I'm like blending it down towards the center and then just leaving it alone. And then I'm blending it up towards the center and leaving it alone. Go into all sorts of different styles. All right, way too much fun. All right, last but not least, let's kick it mixed media style. So for this mixed media one, I'm gonna use my, just started prepping this journal. I haven't done anything in it yet. So I thought this would be a good place to start. And again, you know where I'm gonna start. At least I hope by now. Oh, I didn't put my little side light on. Oh, yes I did. All right. Let's see. Gosh, do I have to do the same girl again? All right, she needs a different do. Maybe I'll do this side girl. All right, I'm gonna have her go this way because I need the length. But then I think she's gonna like have like a side pony and then going like flipping around. And I'll change up her. I'm gonna move her part to the other side because sweet Jesus, I can't do that crazy part one more time. All right, I have to pick up my kids. I have to leave in 20 minutes, so that is all the time I have. If you feel like you're here and you're oh, I went through the hole. That's what I get. Oh my God. Oops. I just gave her an ear piercing. I'm gonna get some tape. Seriously. All right, so I need to stop. So what I'm going to do now is one of my favorite moves. You guys see me do it all the time in my mixed media work on Mondays, which is I bring in the old Stabilo all pencil, which is, oh, this is USA Generals. Okay, this is almost like a Stabilo all. It's not quite as aggressively water soluble though. It's in this, definitely the same family. So it'll still do what I want it to do, but it's not like psycho, like, and that's why, that's kind of why I love the Stabilo actually. Oh my God, I did it again! I am destroying this poor thing. What is wrong with me? Okay. What hole? There's no hole there. Seriously. I need to stop. All right, so then I'm going to take, it's like a gaping hole in her head. I'm going to take, this will be good because I'm going to get my Mod Podge out and coat her up and that will seal that hole together. Sweet Jesus. I am a disaster. Oh, I'm doing it as I'm talking about it. I just did it again. Okay, this is my last. I gotta get in here and then I gotta get the hell out. Oh my God. Yes, I am dumping this on her face because, oh my God, because I actually need to seal this up. For once I have like a legitimate reason. To save the book. All right, so yeah. This is not new to me. I do this all the time on my projects, so don't freak out. This is the first time you're seeing this. But actually, you know, pouring the Mod Podge over, and you can do this with like, you can pour like gloss varnish or whatever you want over here. I just like Mod Podge because it's cheap. But it does like shore up your pages like crazy awesomely well. But see how it activates that General, USA Generals also? So it kind of makes some kick-ass like hair effects when you take that water and swish it through. And this is also why I had to do one that was mixed media, because that's really my like favorite place to hang out in this messy fun space, right? Okay, and then everyone always asks me, don't your pages get sticky? Not really. But I do also use an acrylic spray sealer on all of my pages. I have another video about that. But I use the Americana, what's it called? Spray sealer. I'll show you the can. I spray all my journal pages with this, and then it really doesn't get sticky. Or it might get like tacky, but I've never had two pages that I couldn't. It might make a sound like sound, but I've never not been able to open up a page, so it's really not a big deal. I'm going to dry this and we'll keep going. Hello, today, I'm such a dork. Whoa, oh, Jesus.